Hi, you've already watched the video that it describes the vocabulary words for this lesson, and I hope you've tried these examples already. If you haven't, please pause the video and try them. Then restart the video to see what the answers are. Number 1 said find the solution to the open sentence 52 minus p equals 40. So we know solution is a number that makes the sentence true. So we're trying to figure out, 52 minus what equals 40? Well, some of you are really good at doing problems in your head and can figure out exactly what that missing number is. Others, like me sometimes, have to try different things till we figure it out. One way to figure out that missing number is to think of it as 52 minus 40 equals p. We know those are a fact family. We could rearrange a subtraction problem like that. So p has to be 12. 52 minus 12 does give me a 40. So 12 is our solution. Number 2 says, to let light into a living room, a rectangular window must have an area of 112 square feet. If the width of the window is 8 feet and its height is w feet, what open sentence can be written to show the area? Oh, area of rectangles. Well, earlier we talked about area of rectangles is the length times the width. Well, in this problem, they tell us the area has to be 112. So instead of A, I can write 112. The length, I don't know. They don't even use the word length. They do tell us the width is 8 feet. So instead of W, I can write 8. And it wants to know the height. Well, in this case, height and length are kind of the same thing. So I'm going to use H because they used height. So our open sentence is 112 is equal to H times 8. Now, do the directions ask us to figure out the solution? Nope, it just asks us to write an open sentence. An open sentence is a math problem with a variable. So right here is our open sentence. Our last example today talks about tossing a coin. If you toss a coin and get H heads and T tails, then the percent of heads is a formula, H divided by the quantity of H plus T. If you toss 6 tails and the percent of heads is 70%, how many heads did you toss? Whoa, this is kind of confusing. Let's see, what do we know? Well, they give us this formula, so I have a feeling we're going to have to use that. H divided by H plus T. And H stood for the number of heads, which we don't know, and T stands for the number of tails, which we do know. They tell us we have 6 tails. So instead of writing T right here, I could write the number 6. So H divided by H plus 6. And they tell us it's got to equal 70%. Well, I also remember 70% means 0.7 as a decimal. Well, we've got 4 different possibilities here. So I've got 4 different answers I can choose from. I need to take and try each one in place of H and see if I get the 70% I want. So if I try the 12, that would look like 12 divided by 12 plus 6. Well, that'd be 12 divided by 18. And if I use my calculator to divide, that turns out to be 0.6 repeating, which is not 70%. We need to continue the same way. Plug in the different possibilities to see which one is the correct solution. If you haven't done this already, stop the video now and try the choices, and hopefully we'll find one that works. When we try 14 into our problem, we have 14 divided by 14 plus 6. Well, that's 14 divided by 20, and if we change that to a decimal, that is 0.7. So we found it on our next try. 14 heads would give us a percent of 70%. Thank you for trying these examples today. You are now ready to try some problems from the book.